I'm sort of going beyond the red pill. I'm going beyond the dimensions of space and time and really starting to get woke, brothers. Really starting to get really red pilled. I'm like so goddamn glowing red, neon red pill right now that this video perhaps maybe will blow your mind, and a lot of you guys will have a hard time accepting the facts I'm about to lay out before you succinctly, clearly, and quite frankly, amazingly. All right? Before we go any further as well, hit that like button. You know why I want you to hit that like button? Because it helps this video get more views, pushed up in the algorithms. As well as you can, leave a comment. If you don't want this video to get any views, if you don't want me to succeed, then don't hit the like button, don't leave a comment. Now with that being said, let's get into this amazing video. I'm over it. I'm over it, and you should be over it too. These people out here, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna hit you with a super red pill, and a lot of you ain't gonna like what you're about to hear, but you gotta hear it because it's the truth. People think that these social media influencers, whether it be like Alex Jones or Russell Brand or anybody who fights against the system, thinks it's changed things. Maybe you think Elon Musk, by buying Twitter, was an amazing thing, and oh my God, yeah, he's fighting for free speech. It's all, oh yeah, another thing too, this is really gonna upset you. I'm gonna vote Trump in. He's gonna change the system. No, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Let me break it down to you first here about the social media influencers and the paid oppositions and these fake shills that try to come across as if they're, informing you with how the world is going to hell and how the World Economic Forum or the Klaus Schwab's, which is World Economic Forum, or the Bilderberg Group, or all these paid reptilian shapeshifters are controlling the narrative in the world, and I'm out here informing you guys. Make sure you get your zinc iodine spray and masculine workout testosterone boosters using code Alex at checkout for 20% off now. Protect your family, protect America, right? All right, let me tell you first what's going on. Okay, perhaps there's two things here first before we deal with these social media influencers. Russell Brand is a perfect example of that, so we'll use him, but Alex Jones is also a giant grifter who lies and bullshits. Maybe sometimes he speaks the truth, maybe times he prophetizes what's going to happen, but does it actually stop it from happening? Does it actually make a difference? No. But we're sort of getting ahead of ourselves. Let me build the foundation blocks of my amazing point, which is going to have to, you're going to fight against, so your cognitive dissonance is going to kick in. You're going to be like, I don't want to believe what this guy's saying. But you know what? No one is more hated than he who tells the truth. And I'm hitting you with the truth bomb. Social media influencers, YouTubers, media types, whatever you want to call them, maybe they start off with an altruistic idea that they're going to, fight against the system and inform people and let them know all the problems that are happening, right? Maybe they start off like that. But then what happens? Russell Brand's a very good example of that. He started off sort of like just normal, sane, giving you information, and then all of a sudden now he sensationalizes everything. The clickbait titles, everything is doom and gloom. Maybe the chase for the money and the views and the dopamine hits with all the interactions and likes overcomes them, and they start just to chase that. They don't actually try to be, rational anymore, try to be unbiased. They just totally are looking for everything that could be wrong, and they get confirmation bias, and then that just turns them into what it looks like to me, like Russell Brand is nothing more than like an ambulance chaser YouTuber at this point, social media guy making zillions and zillions of dollars off of this sort of, fight the system, right wing, I guess, left and right. I don't know what that even is anymore, but we'll just say for argument's sake so people know what we're talking about, let's just say like the lefties now are the reptilian shapeshifters and maybe the right is counterculture, which is not. We'll get into that a little bit later too. But perhaps maybe, that's what happens. Or this is the other choice, other option. They're all just paid opposition who sort of just sneak in the door quietly at first like a Trojan horse and like, oh yeah, I'm legit. And then they just start getting crazy and, oh, Disease X is coming now. That's the new one. Disease X, we're all going to die. The World Economic Forum, the Disease X, they're already planning the next pandemic. Oh my God, everyone panic. And they're just here to create chaos, right and left. Alex Jones is the same example as that. They busted him on Twitter earlier today for fake news as well, trying to tell you about, oh my God, in Yemen, they're blowing up these cargo ships. And then he shows like an explosion of a cargo ship and all this huge fire. It's actually from Sri Lanka like 5 or 6 years ago where it's just like one of the cargoes caught on fire. It didn't actually hit a bomb, had nothing to do with that. Yes, in Yemen, there is problems going on, but they're trying to pump it up, create chaos, and try to fight people right and left. Because you know what? The truth of the matter is, it's an old adage. It's very simple. Old sayings in the past are said for reasons that people just sort of like take for granted. Divide and conquer is one of them. That's how do you control the population? Every single body in the world knows it's very simple. Divide and conquer. What's happening right now? Super divided. What's happening? We're getting steamrolled. It doesn't matter. And that's my next point I'd like to get into as well, is this whole idea that like you're going to vote Trump in. That's one thing I'd like to get to. First of all, I like the Don. Don't get it twisted. I like him a lot better than Joe Biden as far as his personality and stuff. I think he's absolutely hilarious.
And then remember when Biden, I'd like to take him to the back of the barn. I dream of that. You know what I do with him? Oh, I dream of it. I'd hit him right in that fake nose. That fake nose. They'd have plastic lying all over the floor.
I love his takes. I love his comedic takes, and quite frankly, he's the funniest president that's ever existed. And you know what? He's a great golfer. He seems alpha male. He's banging a hot wife. He's rich. I mean, come on. He goes to UFC fights. He's an everyday kind of person, guys. Right. No, he's not. He's a billionaire from a rich family with an Ivy League education, and he really has nothing to do with none of you, unless, of course, I love my Mexicans while I eat a taco bowl. Nonetheless, hey, I like him as far as a billionaire oligarch goes. Let's just keep it real. You think you're going to vote him in, it's going to make a difference in the system that we have around us? You think putting Trump in for 4 years is somehow going to make it better, is going to change it? What happened the first 4 years? Yes, I'll say, listen, I'll have him as Joe Biden, way more than Joe Biden. But if you think it's going to stop what is happening, he may put a little bit of a brake on it. You may pump them brakes a little bit, but it's not going to actually make any long-term change, because you know what happens? In 4 years, someone else comes in. Maybe it's Ron. Maybe it's Vivek. Just stooges. You know, Donald Trump could be the most antithetical politician. He could be really the man. He could be that guy. But 4 years from him isn't going to make a difference. This is not a dictatorship. He isn't like Canada, where you can keep running and running and running like JT does and run Canada into the ground because you can be prime minister for 14. There's no term limits. In America, you got 2 terms and you're out. I mean, he has 1 left and he's out. Another thing too, I like to ask people. People keep telling me that the election in 2024 wasn't legit. So if it wasn't legit then, in 2020 wasn't legit. If it wasn't legit then, and nothing has changed, so if you believe that, right? Oh yeah, it was stolen, right? If you believe that, and in 2020 nothing's changed, so how do you expect him to win in 2024? It's worse. It's worse. There's no like really connection of logic there. And like, it doesn't matter if it is rigged or not. If he wins, cool. I'd rather have him win than Joe or anybody else. Except I like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Who cares? You know, I like that guy, independent. Maybe not. Probably not going to make a difference anyways, but at least, we're not going to have mandates and stuff. And, anyways, also Donald Trump is a huge advocate of the shot, I'm saying, the vax. So, he really pumped himself up on that and still holds that. It's an amazing thing as well. No one can bat 1,000, whatever. People like to use that to hold it against him. It's kind of lame. Just shows the guy's not really super in touch with what's going on. Anyways, it doesn't matter if he wins, it won't make a difference. Because I like to point this out as well. My parents are like, liberals, right? They think the world's horrible right now. Like, I show them some videos and stuff of all gas, no brakes when he goes to Philadelphia and to Trank, and all those people's legs and limbs are falling off. And the society's never been in a worse case right now than ever. And people get upset. I'm using them as an example because a lot of people think that way. And oh my God. And I'm just going to say this to you. Life is just a repeat, rinse, recycle situation. All civilizations have fallen. Perhaps maybe the West, European, Anglos, whites, Christians, maybe it's falling again here for everybody else. It's nothing new though. It's not like something you can stop. It's inevitable. Generations and civilizations that have lived and have been way more prosperous as far as like in their realm of time, obviously like the way it is right now, America and the West and Europe and whatnot as a group is, extremely powerful. But in relation, like the Greeks, the Romans, the Mayans, the Egyptians, the Russian Empire for that matter, Genghis Khan for that matter, which would be like, the equivalent of owning 90% of the earth today if you were like America. They all fell. They all collapsed. Nothing, no society lasts forever. No civilization lasts forever. Societies fall, societies grow, societies get broken, societies, get healed. They have, look at the Romans, look at the Greeks, look what happened in Rome. I mean, like they're just feeding Christians to lions and adult, banging kids and all kinds of weird stuff going on over there. And they were once, huge. They once controlled massive swaths of areas. And look at that. What are they now? Gone. Greece. They're like broke. They're bankrupt. They're a tiny little shitty island now with, massive amounts of debt and low employment rates, high unemployment rates, rather huge unemployment rates, no money, low quality of life. But they were once the pinnacle of democracy, Western thought, society. Things go up and down. They fall. I mean, maybe we're in a fall right now. Maybe we'll be able to rebound. Maybe we'll get better. Maybe not. But for people to sit here and think like, oh my God, this is like, this happens. You're in it, and there's nothing you can do about it. And no president, no Twitter, social media, Alex Jones, no Russell Brand, no one. I mean, it's not like a defeatist mentality. It's just a reality. And I'm over it. I really am. Like, I'm done. Just enjoy your life. Do the best of what you can for yourself. And if you think actually the presidential elections or the prime minister elections, wherever you live, or the king or queen of your domain is really going to make a difference. Well, king or queen because they're dictator. You know what? The only thing that will change anything in the society that we have is a benevolent dictator. If we had a benevolent dictator, benevolent means like all good, all knowing, like an actual really good person without any kind of ulterior motives and is not corruptible. A benevolent dictator, a person that can, dictate. No rules, no Senate, no House, no committee, no parliament. Just a benevolent person, like a godlike figure, could come down and control a country. Then things would change. Another thing too, I want to today, Junior. I want to touch on this last thing right here about Elon Musk too. Is buying Twitter for $44 billion. Oh yeah. I have a question. You really think that guy's altruistic? You really think that guy's here to save society? Maybe he is, maybe he's not, but he's got to be an egomaniac when you're the richest man in the world and one of the most powerful businessmen in the world, and you're launching spaceships. I mean, what is he doing though? Here's a conspiracy, not that it matters anyways. The dude's launching thousands and thousands and thousands of satellites into low orbit space, which are all communication satellites for cell phones and whatnot. You don't think he might be starting a whole, world globalization, electronic monitoring, system in the world? Big brother? The entire freaking sky is littered with his satellites that are he's also in conjunction with the U.S. State Department. Just going to tell you that, like his rockets and everything he does is in conjunction with the U.S. government. The U.S. government's not going to let you launch satellites into their airspace without, their know-how and what's going on in their control. Just saying, Trojan horses everywhere, grifters everywhere. It may hurt, sting a little bit for some of you who aren't ready to hear this truth, these facts. But you know what? I don't care. I'm just here to tell you how it is. Y'all take care, be cool, stay in school, stay no drugs, look for ways for cross street, help prevent forest fires, make sure brush and floss will regulate, help promote healthy oral hygiene, and last but really not least, stay black. Where's the thorn with the hog, you cracker reptilian shapeshifters building the moon base after spray chemtrail 7-Eleven was definitely a googly, it was an inside job. You just gotta Google, we're speaking in coach, but you gotta Google that, Pepsi building number 7. Google that. Human growers, Alice was flat, Moonlight was fake, Alice Jones, definitely a grift and Bill Hicks, white man. Bring it down.